So, especially if the appraisal was being delayed because the bank couldn't get it done and it put the clients in harm.
Yeah.
Banks need to help pay for that hotel room.
Okay.
Hey, Miss Cindy.
Hi. How are you doing?
Wonderful. How are you?
Good. Just thought I'd jump in and hear what you guys had to say about last week.
Yeah. Some good stuff happened last week. I'll let some people get logged in here. It takes them a second or two.
Oh, Big Dan, I have I'm setting a buyer up on a search tomorrow, and I'm trying to figure out, like, the next step is to do, like, a buyer presentation, because he only has a little bit of time tomorrow, so I'm just going to set him up on the search and, like, figure out what he wants. Can I do, you would recommend doing a buyer broker, right?
Oh, yeah.
Can I do it? Because I don't want it to be like I set a rate, and then if the other agent's only co-working out less than that, I don't want him to, like, have to pay the rest. Is there, like, a clause I can include in that eliminates that?
It's just up to you. What you can put in there on line 28 is just MLS agreed upon broker split.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. I didn't even know I could do that. Awesome.
Hey, Miss Tuss. Long time no see. Mr. Marcus, how are you? You got audio yet? Try now, Marcus. No audio yet. Where are you at, Miss Tess?
In my local coffee shop.
I like it. And Mr. Robin.
Hello.
So I know a couple of you went to Mega Camp. We had a couple of things on there. So I want to take away some things that I really pinged on, if you will. And with one of the biggest things I can see for like a new agent, I really like the way that this sounded, is getting some buyer presentations done over Zoom. Every other week I do a new agent like seminar, if you will, Keller Williams Career Night every 2 weeks on Tuesdays. And from that, I get between 8 and 15 new agent opportunities, contact information. I get to meet them, talk to them, have a little conversation. How easy would that be for you to turn that into like a 35 or 40-minute little Zoom webinar? Because you get 40 minutes free with Zoom if you have more than 3 people logged in. So that way you can cut people down. Like you tell people, hey, I want to sit for an hour. They're like, hey, 30 or 40-minute conversation. Let's talk about some home buying opportunities. And then go through the process of home buying and what they can do. And you might be able to pick up quite a few opportunities there. Right?
Sounds interesting. Yeah.
I mean, it's super easy. And all it is regurgitating the things we talk about here. I would recommend doing it in the evening times or doing it on the weekend. You can even probably get a vendor to help if you have a lending partner that you're really close with, or a title rep or an inspection person. Have them join in. And then put an ad out on Facebook. New home buying seminar this Saturday from 12 to 12:45. Come one, come all, come learn how you can turn what you pay in rent into your future. Steal the ad copy. You're welcome.
Yeah.
It
was really interesting.
What's that?
When that lady was talking about at the mega camp, which in New England,
right?
Your brews and buys.
Yeah, brews and buyers.
Yeah, that was one of the things I really want to listen into that, what she's doing. Was about to sign up for last Sunday to do it, but didn't have the time. So one of the next meeting at Brews and Buys she does online, I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to see what I can pick up from there.
Yeah, I love it. I made so many friends across the nation just with Facebook and stuff. I'm watching what the videos they put up. I'm learning what they're doing. I think that's awesome, Marcus. Go and, download what she's doing on the East Coast and replicate it here.
Yeah.
Someone out there has been more successful than we have. Let's just go find them and copy what they're doing and then put our own spin on it and master it. One other thing I took away from Mega Camp was huge is that the massively successful people do not play to win. They play to master. If you know the game, you know the field, you know your opponent's moves. You guys ever seen chess masters who can tell you checkmate in 8 moves? Because they know the game so well. They've mastered it where no matter what the other opponent does, they've figured out every possible combination and how they can respond to it is checkmate in 8 moves. That's incredible. That was kind of an insightful thing is what are we doing to master our craft? So I think that's buyer seminars, utilize the space. Oh, I love that, Tess, that you and Teresa Z are thinking about doing it together. Tag teaming them, that'd be ideal. Split the leads, tag team them or go 50-50 on all and whatever you're going to do. That just gives you a second point of contact. I think that'd be amazing. So second thing we talked about a lot was social media presence. Because of COVID, a lot of a lot of companies have cut their advertising budgets. That's awesome, Tess. That's awesome. So the advertising budgets have been cut, which means there's less YouTube, less Facebook, less Twitter, less leads out there, or less ads out there, and more than ever people are online. More than ever they're on social media. More than ever they're on YouTube, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook. So why wouldn't we put out some ads right now and see if we can't generate some leads? That's going to be a huge key point, is the fact that we can capitalize on the market where advertisers are cutting their budget. The consumers are on the platforms at a higher rate than ever. And we have a partnership with Google and Facebook that allow us to buy these things at a discount. Could you invest $40 in your future right now? $40 in a command ad right now would probably generate you 5 to 10 leads that you could utilize and do it. I love that, Tess. People are hungry for actual face-to-face, except for a faceless ad. Then do your picture and just do something funny, like point at yourself, and you can have over here a blurb that says, it could be a thought bubble thinking about buying a home. This guy can help, or this gal can help. Are you like me? Are you tired of renting? I can help. These are the things that make sense. Or do a little video. A TikTok-esque video. Short and sweet. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, Melissa.
Hello.
Get TikTok, huh?
I get TikTok. So tapping into command was definitely a bigger thing for you. A lot more video presence, lives, do video lives on the weekends. They're huge in the engagement. Show your life in real estate, not just real estate. What do I mean by that? Show your life in real estate, not just real estate. Mike, case in point, what do you show all the time on your social media other than real estate? You're muted, bud.
Sorry, wasn't on the app. Usually my dogs, my Jeep, life in general and the life it will provide me with real estate.
I love it. Life with real estate. So the dog's huge. Everyone loves your dogs. They're amazing. The dog sled, it is lovingly known as his Keller Williams wrap Jeep. out in front of houses and showing stuff. It's not clearly saying, hey, I'm a real estate agent, here's my Jeep. It was, hey, check out this house. Or, you know, my dang dog just decided to escape again. She's an escape artist. And these are things that just having video and presence like that is going to help get engagement. Right now, more than ever, social media is going to help you make a play. This is no lie. I got a text message or a Facebook message at midnight, Saturday night. I was asleep, from a girl I didn't really date, but we hung out. We went to the bar together, and then she blocked me and quit talking to me for months. All of a sudden, hey, can you help? I got a real estate question for you. And this is a day after I posted something on Facebook for the first time in forever. It strikes up conversations. People that I seriously, we got in an argument over a political thing. We're friends. And then she said something stupid. I responded the way I respond. You guys know how I can be. And she blocked me on it. I hadn't talked to her in almost a year. And then all of a sudden, hey, I've got a question about real estate. Can you help? Absolutely. What's up? It was insane. So now more than ever, social media has re-engaged people and it's bringing people back. The algorithm is seeking those who are entertaining. So if you have some life in real estate content, it's really going to help. Secondly, follow up. What good is getting the lead if you're not going to do anything with it? Write this down. The fortune was made in the follow-up. What does that mean to you? You may make one sale, but the fortune was made in the follow-up. There was a guy that was on there. I'm not good at names, you know this. He was talking about how in 35 years, he asked every one of his clients, every one of his potential leads, 5 questions. Are you looking to buy a house? Are you looking to sell a house? Do you know anyone in town that owns property? Do you know anyone out of town that owns property? Are you looking to sell real estate? Is he not capturing literally every possibility in real estate? Looking to buy, looking to sell. Do you know someone in town? Do you know someone out of town? Are you looking to become a real estate agent? And he said in 35 years, every one of them has made him money on one of those questions. Every lead he's ever gotten. 35 years. That's got to be a lot of leads. But he made money in real estate by either selling them a house, helping them buy a house, helping their friend buy a house, helping their friend sell a house, or getting them into real estate and getting them in his downline. Profit share. That was pretty huge. I was like, okay. Let's look beyond the obvious, all right? We ask for referrals all the time, so that was a key point. I loved that. How did you like Mega Camp, Mike?
Really loved it for my first time, but I still need to go back and look at a few videos. I did some breakaway rooms. It's actually someone I'm following is Alicia Simpkins. I really connected with her and how she connects with, I watched.
Fantastic.
What's that?
Her videos are fantastic.
Yeah. And now that I'm following her, I get to see, it creates a lot of ideas of what, just kind of what to do. Kind of just what's the saying, copy or, rip off and repeat or whatever.
The road method, rip off and duplicate, ROAD. Rip off and duplicate. All right, Tess puts in the chat. Speaking of follow-up, I've begun to go thoroughly through my entire Facebook friends list, not simply the ones that show up due to the algorithm, asking for snail mail addresses because I'm tired of the algorithm constraints and sending out shortened notes. How's that working out for you, Tess? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Double thumbs up, so it's been good. So that's awesome. Go utilize your friend list for the things. Let's take social interaction beyond social platforms. I was talking about it today in Ignite class that, the power of a handwritten note. If this is the one I got from Stephanie Rojas, Her son Esra gave me a stamp, and they put a sticker in it. It's one of my favorite ones because it's a little 3D. But it's simple things like that that stand out above a text message, above an email. So when you can grab somebody's contact information, get their email too, because there you really help them out in the long run. All right.
It's also unexpected. So it's like a it's a very pleasant surprise.
I bet you have something like 500 Christmas cards this year, huh, Mike?
That's the goal.
Start now.
I am. I've actually started on design already, and I think it'll be pretty cool. I hope it'll top what we did last year. So.
And then another key point for lead engagement was doing a lot more open houses, because right now virtual open houses are huge. So if you're going to do an open house, do them on the weekends. Saturday, Sunday, do lives. Who's afraid of doing a live video on Facebook? Right? Raise your hand. Uncomfortable, right? You feel like you're going to screw up. There's no way to edit it. Do you know what the difference between a live video on Facebook and somebody standing in front of you is?
Your head.
You can fart and they can't tell. It's that simple. It's the same thing.
You know what else, Big Dan? When I try and record a video, usually the first one turns out the best. And I try again and again, and it gets worse.
You get in your head. Being live, and I will train you all on how to do live videos. The best way to do a live video is just do it. Have a general idea what you're going to talk about. I'm going to talk about this house. I know the address. The address is, hold on a second, and then read it. People like it. They like being real. I promise I'm going to start doing more open houses or more Facebook Live stuff so you guys can see the content and learn from that experiences. If you guys are doing an open house, you want me to come do a live with you, I'll do it. I did one with Mike. This is when we first kind of met. Stopped by an open house, did a live with him, just put it out there and got the whole world following it.
And you have no idea how much instant fear that struck in me, but I just tried to roll with it. But I mean, it was definitely very helpful. And the biggest thing that I tell myself is that people enjoy you. They enjoy you and talking to you, and all your friends on your friends list, which is what you're going to find. So you're really just being you. You don't have to play any special roles or special parts. It's just you being you. And I mean, Dan nails it perfectly. When he came to do that open house, he's like, "Okay, you ready to go live?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to go live." But that's been the biggest help with me, is that people love you for who you are. So it doesn't matter. You don't have to play a special role or part.
Yeah, I like how Tess put in the chat, she dislikes intensely, I would use the word despises, the perception of that I'm a talking head. Do you know what talking heads are? Guys? Talking heads are what we're doing right now. Single pane, single dimension, no movement, no change in backgrounds. When you switch to a live video, you're moving, you're animated, hey, check out this water. Check out this pool. Check out this puppy. Do I have any nose hairs? I did a FaceTime with my mom a minute ago, and I was looking at it, and it was ringing, and I'm like, and she answers, and I'm picking at my beard. She's like, "What?" I was like, "I have gray hairs, Mom." And she just laughed. She just started laughing, because that's how it started the conversation. She wasn't expecting it. But that'd be the same thing when you're doing a live video. You guys, go to my Facebook page, Big Dan Caldwell on Facebook. Go look at some of the lives. They are not scripted. They are not what's the word I'm looking for? Broadcast. I don't know. There's no editing to them. There's no pomp and circumstance and perfect lighting. I was literally there in that moment and decided, you know what? It's a good time to do a live video. And those got the most engagement. Like the lives when I was doing my house remodels. Everything, I trip on my words, I trip on what I'm saying, but it really does help build engagement when you're able to just throw it out there. Hey, welcome to my page. I'm Big Dan Caldwell, and you came here to look at houses, and you got me. I'd be disappointed too. But guess what? We'll go look at houses here in a second. You guys can have fun with it too. You don't have to be goofy or well orchestrated. But what you need to do is be out there. You can't be a secret agent. They really said that right now is the time. Let's go capture market share. The market share we capture right now is market share we're not going to give up. The people that know, like, and trust you in real life are going to support, like Mike said, they're going to love you for who you are. They're going to love you, like you, and push your business even further.
I do have to say, Dan, your videos always do have the best mirrors I've ever seen.
They are handsome mirrors. Sherry has no idea what you mean by that. Sherry's Wendy's mom. Here, Wendy, tell your mom to go look at some of my Facebook Live videos, and she'll understand.
Okay, I'm lost.
My videos have the best mirrors. The best mirrors.
We'll go binge them after.
You see what I'm talking about. You just gotta have fun with it. Just make it lively. So when you're doing like a Facebook open house, log into Facebook. You can have it on your laptop. You can have it on your cell phone. You can do both. You know, that way you can have it on your laptop and people are just walking in the front door. You can walk your laptop around. Have it on your cell phone. You can sit there and talk to people as they pop in and out. Because if it's running in the background, the higher it runs, the more people that pop in and out and watch it for longer, the higher it hits the algorithms, the more people are going to see it succinctly. It's only going to help add to the amount of people that see your open house. And then you go back and you can look at the people that chatted with you, but you want to ask engaging questions. Hey, rate this mirror on a scale of 1 to ugly. What do you guys think about this master bathroom, 1 to 10? People love giving feedback like that. Hey, throw me up a like if you'd own this house. You know, throw me up a heart if you would jump off the second story into the pool. And you can see who likes, comments, and you can go back and you can engage with those people later on. Hey, thank you so much for taking the time to engage in my open house. So that was another thing. Go back to traditional forms of communication. This was a list of last class. Go back and help people fight the feelings of isolation with COVID. What does that mean? Pick up the damn phone.
Reach out to people.
Hello? Well, hey, thank you for calling. I've been in my house for 6 months and I haven't talked to a single person. Yeah, I'm doing okay. How are you doing? That's great. Yeah, I want to sell my house because I need an extra bedroom. Pick up the damn phone. People love your voice. Invite them to a Zoom call. FaceTime, right? Why was Apple so successful coming out the gate? FaceTime. Not only can you hear me, you can see me. But when you FaceTime somebody, you have an interaction. It's a whole lot different than a phone call, right? You got that background, you've got the noise, you get to see the gray chin hair. Well, don't stop judging me, Tess. I see you over there. I'm gonna go get my Just for Men. So invite somebody to a Zoom call. You haven't talked to them. Well, hey, you want to jump on a Zoom call with me? I'd love to see your face. It's been forever. Try that today. Go do that with somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. Ooh, somebody got uncomfortable with that one.
I still have a client. He messaged me the other night and he goes, I miss your smile. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to respond to that. That's a little creepy.
That's why I say I miss your face. It's obviously one of those, I miss your face.
I think he had been drinking or something. I don't know.
I miss your smile. That's creepy.
That's creepy, right?
Aw, thanks. You know how you shut that down? Thanks, bud.
No, please tell me.
BUD. Thanks, bud.
Oh, I should have said that because my husband's like, what? Is he hitting on you? I was like, well, he might be, but I'm not going to engage.
Yeah, you never know. Thanks, bud. Aw, that's sweet of you. Thanks, bud. Nothing puts a man back in his place better than thanks, bud.
Hashtag friend zone.
Hashtag friend zone. Hashtag client relationships. All right. So we tap into Command More, 3D tours, videos have been huge, evolve scripts and social media. focus on the migration patterns using referral information, teach buyer and seller classes, and partner with local restaurants and showcase more local talent. That's one of the notes I took from this class. What does that mean? You have local. What chain are you in right now, Tess? Are you in a chain or are you in a local? Thumbs up for chain, thumbs down for local. Local, Viva. Oh, nice. Viva Coffee. Tess, I like that. I can identify. I've been feeling totally depressed at the same stupid four walls, no restaurants to sit in, not seeing smiles, needing hugs. Well, good thing is, I'm going to tell everyone, if you want to, a week from tomorrow, that is the 29th in Sierra Vista, we will be there cooking breakfast, and I have all the hugs I can give. I'm not worried about COVID. I'll wear a mask if you want me to, but bear hugs are here. Hugs are back, hopefully soon. But that's another thing. So new listings pending, changes in the week over week. Gotcha. So share weekly stats on your social media stories. That was a good one. Sharing stats on the stories. Get to know people at a really deep level, know their motivation. We talk about that a lot, understanding the why, what's important about that, getting behind it. What are you going to do when you sell the home? Uncover reasons. Ooh, I love this line here. Write this one down. When someone asks the motivation and they're like, let me tell me your motivation, or tell me your experience in buying or selling a house. If you're a first-time home buyer, great, you're in good hands. If you're a millionth home buyer, great, you're in good hands. I love that. You're a luxury buyer, great, you're in good hands. Whose hands? Your hands. But I like that. You're in good hands. I like that. State Farm, right? When you're here, your family or something like that. I took a ton of notes on this app. I loved it. All right. I'm gonna read the book, The Go-Giver. And then one of the key points in my team huddles, we talk about moving out of a fixed mindset. What's a fixed mindset?
Something where you haven't thought about change. I mean,
Being
do the
stuck
same
in
thing over and over.
Stuck in your ways, mainly. Unwilling, like, yeah, blinders. I like that, blinders. Stuck in my ways, blinders. One of the big things is getting out of a fixed mindset and being open to new ideas, being open to try something different, being open to try something that might be a little obscure, being open to get out of your own way. I hate the way I look on camera. I'm not doing a Facebook Live. Guess what? I am a 6'3" ginger bald man with a graying beard and a sunburn. And I have the most amazing suntan lines from my glasses, okay? Guess what? I don't look any better on camera than any of you, and if I can do it, you can do it. Your personality will shine way past anything they see. Trust me. Quit comparing your insides to everyone's outsides. Unless you're a mortician, that's weird.
You know, that's pretty interesting that you say that. In the coaching classes that Kimmy has us doing, that was actually our topic. Getting out of your own skin and doing stuff that you're uncomfortable doing.
Are you telling me that Kimmy's having you watching coaching stuff and you're learning coaching stuff from a coach? This is interesting.
So this was, I don't know if you guys can see this.
Two frogs.
Yeah, so it says if it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. If it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. Take responsibility and get the job done.
Thank God my job is not to eat frogs.
Right?
To show you how to sell no real estate. So someone asked me today, what do I do? That was the question. You know, we were script and role play the Ford method, family, occupation, restoration, dreams, right? They asked me, what do you do for work? What was my response?
Real estate?
No, I teach people how to sell houses. And he got stumped because he wasn't expecting that. And he goes, how's that going? And I looked around the room. I was like, I don't know. Ask someone else. And he just laughed. But it was just the thing is, you have multiple jobs, but I love that. If your job is to eat a frog, it's best to get it done first thing, unless you know how to cook them. Sauteed frog leg. Mm-hmm. That's that Creole cooking. I see Sherry's over there like, oh, that's gross. Oh. So always the most difficult thing that they talk about is doing it first thing in the morning. Why do they do it first thing in the morning? You understand that philosophy? Why do we do things first thing in the morning? If you need to get it done, do it first thing in the morning. You can unmute yourselves at any time.
Less distractions. You get it done.
Less distractions. There's one part. Next.
Get it over with. If you're dreading it, just get it out of the way, knock it out, and then you can move on.
Getting it out of the way, moving on. Okay, next.
More willpower.
Oh, yeah. Say that again.
More willpower.
That's the key point. Did you know that you have a finite amount of willpower? All right, walk through a journey with me. I want you guys to close your eyes. Everyone close your eyes. All right. Now, imagine the last time you had a tough day. How did it start? Did it start tough or did it just end tough? And as the day progressed, did you have more and more opportunities that you had to do things you didn't want to do? And every time you said yes to one of those things, it just made you feel more and more and more and more and more and more exhausted.
Yeah.
I took you right back to that day, didn't I? Just with that simple thing. It's not one thing that takes away your willpower. It's the decision to do something you don't want to do that takes away the willpower. In the morning, we start off with 100% willpower. Let's say it's a bucket full of willpower. We start off the morning fresh. And I know, Tess, your day doesn't start until later in the evening, but your morning, just follow along with me. Your morning starts when your day starts, right? And that's the fullness of your bucket. And there's a book out there you can read. It's called How Full Is Your Bucket? It's a fantastic fable. It'll talk about this a lot. I have a bunch of these books, and I'm going to put them out there. You guys should read these things. You can be on my level, my absurdity. And as the day progresses, your willpower either gets zapped or refilled. We all have a friend that just, no matter what happens, they just zap your energy, right? But for the life of us, we cannot let that friend go, right? We just love them. They may be family, maybe our kid. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Wendy. Kidding. But no, that's the willpower. And what that is every
it's
decision.
Not Wendy.
I know.
She doesn't zap my.
She's the best.
She is the best.
Every time you make a decision that you don't want to do, it zaps away from your willpower. So when they say eat the frog first thing in the morning, just get it done, it means get it out of the way. Make the decision now to get it done, because later in the day, you may not have the willpower to just do it. That's why it's so easy to break your diet in the evening and not in the morning. In the morning, you are fresh, you're ready to go. But again, Tess, follow along, morning, evening, same thing for you. And you have all the power in the world to say no to that donut. Every bit of power in the world to say no to that donut. But that dessert cart comes by after dinner. Hot damn, that molten fudge cake does look good. And I have been good this week. I have gone all day without eating snacks. I only had 6 Cokes today. I'm good. I can treat. Today's been a rough day. I'll just treat myself. I earned it. And afterwards, you feel a little bit better, right? You have given in to a temptation. You have given in to something to refill your willpower just a smidgen, and then guilt takes over. And then you feel worse, right? Our jobs are to mitigate the amount of people and energies that we give out, the willpower that we give out. So if you got to eat the frog, get it out of the way. If you have to do something, just do it. The more you hem and haw and think about it, the longer it's going to take you to get it done, the harder is it going to be for you to get done, and that's why you're not going to get it there. That's why we prescribe lead generation in the morning. It's counterproductive to people being available. But very few careers out there will keep people from answering their phone eventually. So if you call them in the morning, they'll answer. But we put it out there so that you at least get a voicemail or a text or an email out. Because if you wait until 6, 7 o'clock at night, the day's already done. You're already exhausted. You don't have power to take your laptop out and force the activity. How you start the day is how you win the day. And I can tell you that you need to find out what energizes you. If it's a quick workout, if it's a quick shower, a cold shower, jump in the pool, what have you, what like you, find out what energizes you and take some time and put that in your schedule towards the end of the day. There's a reason this call is at 2:30. Do you know why that is?
Second wind.
It is right when I usually get my second wind. I am usually, if you look at all the videos of all these classes we do at 2:30, I'm usually yawning right in the beginning of them. But as we go, it's like I'm ramping up. You're like, holy shit, what did he drink? Am I wrong? No, I'm doing it because I know that's where my energy is the best for you, is to project out for you guys. So you need to know what energizes you. You guys energize me. So having the smiles, the laughter, the head nods, the eyes going, oh, damn, you're right. The aha moments, that's what energizes me, because then I know I'm making a connection with you. It's even better when we're in person. I don't know if we're ever going to go back to in person versus this, because I'd miss all your faces all the time. But we'll do something. But find out what energizes you and put that into your schedule. And we didn't really talk about that in Mega Camp, but I think it's a great segue in conversation is, thank you, Marema, for showing us the 2 frogs. And if you got to eat 2 of them, eat the bigger one first. Why? Because it's going to take more energy to get it done. Just get it done. You got to make a tough phone call, just make it. You got an appraisal that came in light, guess what? Just have that conversation. It's going to be there tomorrow. Might as well get it out of the way today. You're going to dread it more.
Don't stress over the things you can't, don't stress over the things you have no control over.
So Mama taught me well. Mama Caldwell, for those of you who haven't met her, is a very wise woman. She taught me a saying when I was young in life: if it don't breathe, it don't matter. If it don't breathe, it don't matter. That's some good Southern learning right there. My mom's from Phoenix, not even Southern. But that's, if it doesn't breathe, it doesn't matter. Which means if it can be replaced, it can be replaced. If it can be fixed, it can be fixed. The only thing that is permanent is death. If it doesn't breathe, it doesn't matter. Not to saying that dead people don't matter, but still, at that point. Don't get so twisted up about things that we have no control over. I love that. But we do have so much control over our lives.
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to be dedicated, and as Gary says, be disciplined in those few hours in the morning so that you can have flexibility everywhere else. If I told you, if it took 2 hours a day, you just had to make some phone calls, talk to some people, generate some leads, 2 hours a day, that's it, and you would have wildly abundant success. Would you do it? Y'all a bunch of liars, because not a single one of you do it. And I've told you millions of times, Tess, I do it. Book? What is that, Tess? But that's the thing. So,
Robin, is that a book?
Master Your Schedule? No, it's just a stain.
No, it was the saying they said in Mega Camp, master your schedule.
We have to learn how to say no to things. One of the hardest things for a salesperson is to say no, because we want to please, we want to serve, we want to engage. You have to be able to say no to things. When my dad asked me for help with one of his home projects, it is the hardest thing for me to do to say no. Because I know for a fact, if I say, hey, Dad, I don't have time today, he's going to try to do it anyways, and there's a high risk he's going to hurt himself. And then my son has that much less time with his granddad. But I understand that. I fully understand. Like, when my sister asked me for help for something, guess what? Nope. Every time she calls me, hey, bub, you busy? Jody, that's the dumbest question you could ever ask me. I could be sitting on the beach in Maui and I would still be busy when you called. Sherry got the point. But that's the thing. So we need to find ways to say no. So master your schedule. Move from the fixed mindset into a growth mindset. So being able to adjust and adapt and grow. I will have to say this, Tess, I'm proud of you because in the last 6 months I've known you, you've grown so far. Your mind, your brain, your abilities, your willingness to do what you weren't willing to do before is astonishing. That's only going to help everyone having that same mindset, that same growth pattern. So being me, I was stuck in my ways. This is how I do it. This is how I do it every time. I don't want to change. I don't want to learn until my coach hit me with a why. I was like, because that's just the way I do it. Why? And she's like, and then she even asked me, are you open to learning how to do it better? Well, yeah. She's like, no, you're not. Otherwise, you'd have shown up to this class. You'd have shown up to this training. You'd have shown up to this. And I was all, ow, you're right. Because I didn't master my schedule and I let something else less important take precedence than the education and learning. So that was one of the biggest ahas I took away from Mega Camp was when they talk about where are you showing up? What are you saying no to allow you to, because I have an all staff meeting that happens every Monday at 1:30 or at 12:30 to 1:30. My the national PC call for my division starts at 12:30. Do I have a conflict? I'm very torn because I'm a member of the staff and I'm also a member of the coaching community. So I need to be at both. So for me, it was like, I don't know what to do. And my coach was like, it's easy. Tell the staff you'll see them next week. So it's learning that you can say no to things if something that's going to help further your career or better an engagement or help a family member or something like that comes along. And it's not always going to be disappointing and crippling of a social environment. So if we have to say no to something, let's get that out first thing in the morning, right? Just call all the people in your calendar, say, nope, not doing it today. Sorry. I'm kidding. Don't cancel everything. But next thing, are you a local buyer or will you be one? Oh, that was the questions, the 5 questions. Are you a local buyer or will you be one? Are you a local seller or will you be one? Do you know people out of town that might need my help? Do you know someone out of town that owns property? And are you looking for a career in real estate? So we just broke it down. I like that, Tess. If I don't manage my life, others will do it for me. Not an option. I love that. So this morning at night, I kind of brought up a point as I told them to stop thinking about being a real estate agent. As of this point, you own a real estate company. Does it hit your brain a little bit different to be the agent versus the owner of the company? Are we thinking like we own the company? Let's be honest. Are we? Do you own the real estate company or are you just an agent working in it? When you start thinking in those lines of I own the company, I am a business owner. I own a real estate business. You will start taking different approaches and actions to things. You will find revenue, not just deals. You will make sure to protect your profit, not just the money in my bank account. You will satisfy your debts, not just pay things off. It is leverage of your mindset that's going to help give you the wealth that you want in life. So I want you to all stop thinking about I'm a real estate agent and start announcing that you own a business. I'm a business owner, an entrepreneur. It is English, Spanish, and Latin for I own a real estate business. Entrepreneur. I don't know if that's accurate, but close enough.
It'll really kick in when I pay those taxes.
It'll really kick in when you pay those taxes. You know what's going to kick in even more? When you pay off your house.
Or
It's going to kick in even more when you log into your bank account and there's an extra $11,000 you didn't realize you had. It's really going to kick in when somebody says, hey, I have this really good opportunity. Do you want in? And you can say, yeah, because I got the money to do so.
Just let me know when that is, please.
You got it. Being a business owner is going to be one of the best things you could possibly do for your real estate career, because you'll start treating it more like a business and less like a hobby. I can tell you that the most successful people I've gotten to talk to in this last couple of weeks, and Mega Camp was one of them, I got the pleasure of talking to some pretty high-end talent, is they have a lot of fun at what they do. Do we have fun? Do we laugh? Do we goof? Do we joke? Do you know anyone else that can take it from funny to serious in 2 sentences? We have fun. We have, exactly, Tess, you. But we run it like a business. Am I upset when people show up late? Business. Show up when you want to. It's my business to let you in. It's my business to grow your business. So I'd love that. Also, are you a consumer of your product? Do you believe in it? Raise your hand if you're a homeowner.
What do you mean by homeowner?
You're a homeowner. You own a home.
Got it.
How else do you define homeowner?
Well, I consider myself a homeowner when I own my own, when I own it outright, not loan.
Well, technically, by the definition of it, you own it. There's just a liability against it.
Exactly. You're correct.
So technically, you still do own it, regardless of the debt. Because in the eyes of the government, you are the owner, and you owe them the money on it. So one thing is, if you want to move into a different market setting, you want to move into rentals, you want to move into high end, you want to move into multifamily, these are things that they prescribe that the best agents in those fields are consumers of that product. Who are you going to trust better? And I don't mean any disrespect by this at all. Somebody who owns a home or someone who rents an apartment. They know like I said, no disrespect, nothing. I know you're working towards it, but it's that same thing. It's like, oh, well, where do you live? Village Grove Apartments. What? But that's the thing. But I also know that there are people moving past that. There's people moving into that spectrum, in that spectrum, and it's going to change a mindset. You also own a shop, very productive business, a little bit different situation. But that's what I'm just saying. In grand scope, hell, I was selling a lot of real estate from my dad's spare bedroom. But now that I own a house, dude, seriously, as soon as I own the house, my business tripled. Like, it was like, it might have been the COVID effect, but I was doing pretty good beforehand, and then I was doing really damn good. And then I got a dog. My life has been changed forever. I found the American dream. I have a lab. He's got an American flag bandana. My life is complete. So, and then one last thing I was taking over before I opened the floor was win your clients' trusts. So if you're looking if you're looking for investors, if you're looking for new investor clients, find out when the auctions in your counties are, go down to the auction steps and meet them. Get names, get phone numbers, get emails, get them on a list. And it's as simple as saying, hey, Tess, my name is Dan Caldwell, I'm a realtor at Keller Williams, Southern Arizona. I know you're down here as an investor. I constantly run into deals where I need investors because they're not going to be open source market. Would you like me to add you to my investor list? Get their contact. Most investors are going to say, yeah, send me what you got. I get an email once or twice, maybe 3 times a week from a company called the Wholesale Brothers. And they send me an email with the deal of the day or whatever it is, and they just putting houses out there. And if it wasn't for the math that I know behind them, some of them look like pretty good deals. So to a savvy investor, they can make it work, then great. But other than that, You do a listing appointment on a house that just needs a ton of work. You pick up the phone and go, hey, Tess, I got one for you. Here's the address. Here's what they need. Are you interested? Do you think you can make some more money that way, make a friend? And you can turn a 1 or 2 deal transaction into a lifelong partnership to help them out. And it all starts with the introduction. So, Mike, what were some of your takeaways in Mega Camp?
That I need to be more plugged into the technology, in all honesty. Just the every single person that spoke, they were all plugged into command, all plugged into video, all doing more live Zoom videos, more consultations. I mean, it's really just, I keep saying it, but it's really just time to make it happen, because you're seeing them gain more business and be more productive with it. And I mean, I see it as well, because we're not driving around like crazy trying to meet up face to face. It's a matter of hitting a lot more through technology.
And you're absolutely right. Every one of them was uber plugged in. Stop it, Wendy. See you over there.
Sorry.
No, it's the technology is key, and that was the big takeaway from all of it was, what are you doing to leverage the technology? Key point was leveraging the technology. I'm gonna put a link, if I can find it, in the chat. Heather had me watch this video. It was Gary Keller and what is it? Inman interview from 2018. Okay, I need to connect. I need to share, copy. I implore all of you, it's 45 minutes long, but it is really good stuff. And you will see what the helm of our ship does for you. And it's just kind of seeing the way that he stands on his heels and swings back at the competition really makes you proud to be a Keller Williams agent, and knowing that kind of backing is there. And this was when he was talking back in 2018 about when Keller Williams was coming. Super insightful stuff, and it really does help shine where real estate was going back in the time and where we're at. You'll understand the importance of the technology and how it works. But the way he describes the difference between the .coms, the Zillows, the Redfins, the Realtor.coms, and us was very impactful. So check that out. It's in the chat. If you guys don't see it, make sure you grab it. Or you can go to YouTube and just search Gary Keller Inman interview. It's INMAN. And Cindy asked me, do I do all my own tech? Yes, I do. All of it. All my tech, all my social media. Tess, what do you mean by Airtable because you can't optimize command?
I just found out about it, but is that whole DocuSign thing and not being able to get the forms in and having to go through transaction desk in AAR online, which is fine, but that means that I'm having to put in all of the contact information for that transaction. So I would effectively be duplicating work. And so I was introduced to Airtable, which is basically a CRM platform that's fabulous. And I'm just at the point of, I'm done trying to figure out why command is so problematic when there's other things that are working good.
This thing is, I would like to sit with you and have you show me these things in person. Maybe if you can make some time on the 29th to be down there at the Sierra Vista office, let's sit and go over it, because I think I can find you a better way. And this is coming from somebody who's been around and developed CRMs for the last 15 years. And I can tell you that, and for you on your integration side to Dotloop, all you have to go is in your DocuSign file under your program and your settings, go to integrations and log yourself into your NRDS, and the forms will show up. We fixed it.
But why didn't they send those of us who had that issue? Why didn't they send us a notice saying that?
We did.
I didn't get anything. I got something that said it was fixed, but it didn't say how to fix it.
Oh, I apologize. So no, just go into your settings in DocuSign under your login, and the bottom it's integrations. Click on it, and then put in your NRDS password again. It'll work this time.
Okay. So it reverses that link
reverses
that
your-
I hit, that validation link.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm
I
just
apologize
finding
if that wasn't communicated to you directly.
No,
was-
I just,
I knew I'd
Yeah.
see it and talk to you, so.
okay. Okay.
Yes, Cindy, we can absolutely do a tech command social media series. It's called Command Like a Boss. It's every Thursday. Is there something more specific you'd like to know?
Well, I guess I was thinking more of like in steps, you know, because I think a lot of people, why they aren't more plugged in with some of those things is it seems really difficult. And for the ones that aren't ever going to do it or make time to do it, maybe put them in touch with, you know, some people that could do it for them, that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's
More detail.
yeah. We've had no less than 10 classes on how to do each one of the applets. And I'd be glad to go over any of the series and we can set all that stuff up. And if you guys want to do it in a PC call, I'm glad to do so and help you guys with social media stuff. I know it seems scary, but go in there and play with it. It's not. Click on a design, add it. If you're looking at how to add a social media campaign, or you're looking to do an ad, a little bit more intensive, but there's
Well, remember what a hard time I had when I contacted you to find out how to add neighborhoods and things like that to my website?
right.
And nobody could answer that for me.
Yeah,
And so I finally found online a really good source. In fact, it's in our, you know, the handbook, the agent handbook you sent out.
Uh-huh.
Well, it's got Scott Leroy in there.
Yeah.
That was the only source that I could find where they could simplify and talk you through how to do it. And then it was so easy, and it made you feel like, it's like once I accomplished that and things, it took so much stress away, and I had so much more time to do other things. And you're right, it's not that hard, but when you don't know where to go or where to, you know, there's like so many different commands to each application and everything. So just little simple things like that people don't know how to do, and that maybe isn't, you know, it's not simple to even find out a source of how to instruct you to do it.
Well, we're working on that. Everyone, there's different variations of competencies out there. So wherever you
That's
fall into
true.
that, we will find it. But yeah, Scott, we've asked Scott Leroy to be better partners with us and helping us help agent concerns. Like if you have a big database and you want to upload it in Command, Scott Leroy will do that for you.
Yeah, right, for a fee. So then you've got no, he does it for free. Oh,
Cindy,
that's nice.
have you heard of the Marty Smith 66 days command challenge?
Yeah, that's the one I just put in the chat box too. It's been absolutely spectacular.
Oh,
and-
can you did you just put it in the chat notes?
Yeah.
If you
Okay,
go to
I'll take a
Connect,
look.
Personally to you.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that. I have a different, I don't know, maybe I have a learning disability. I'm super impatient. So if it's a long video or anything, I cannot follow it. It's got to be like,
No, the way he does it is he takes like the smallest increment of the tasks, and he does one YouTube, and it's probably not what, Michael, maybe 10 minutes, 11 minutes at the most.
all right, it's in the chat for you, Cindy. It's Mike.
And that's the
Miller.
only
okay,
thing he
thanks
hits on.
guys.
And he builds from one to the next, to the next, to the next.
All right, hey, thanks. I'll check that out.
Yeah, so talk about Marty Miller. He's one of our command trainers in Keller Williams.
Mhm.
And the new thing out there that just got released this last week you may not know about is the Smart Plans in Command. The Smart Plans applet on the left is now community-based. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and then we're going to kind of cut the call. So command over here on the left where you got smart plans. You can go to the library, which used to only have 9 things in it. And now you can see other agents. Notice how the authors are there. After closing smart plan, promote my app, agent nurtures, promote my app, and you can go and see all of them and go look at different ones. If you want to look for some cool ones, author name. Marty Miller's got a bunch of good ones.
So it's sort of like what Microsoft did with all of their like new documents or whatever. You could go in and it's all across the globe. People have put in templates or forms of cards or.
We open the person-to-person sharing on that to help you guys
That's pretty cool.
network and create. So it definitely gives you a lot more engagement, a better insight, a way bigger database of stuff to go. And there's no reason to have to create anything if somebody out there that is paid to sit and make smart plans is out there making smart plans.
Well, reinventing the wheel. I mean, what a biggest waste of time.
It's already round. It's not getting any rounder. Awesome. Great input today, guys. I love it. Cindy, I hope that brings you some value on that 66-day challenge. I have taken it. I love Marty Miller, and he does make teaching and learning easy. And I'm like you, get to the point, give me the information, let me move on. So I think you will pick up some stuff from that. But if ever you get stuck, guys, anything, anywhere, reach out. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to find somebody who can help you. And now that I've got a little bit better partnerships with vendors like Scott Leroy Marketing, I've actually met Scott Leroy personally and had these conversations with him. So good stuff. That's what Family Reunion does. It sits back and we get to talk to people and create engagement. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. Go out there, create some greatness for yourselves. And I would love to see your live videos on Facebook. Give me a shout out, and I will see you soon. See you on Thursday.